Hello and welcome back to the Remembering Tuscola webcast. This is take number 492. I'm David Porter. I'm here with Mike Carroll and Bill Englehardt. We've been having a little technical difficulties, uh, but
Did you invite two friends here for me?
I did invite two friends for you, but they turned me down. And one of them said they didn't remember who you are, and the other one said he did.
Every time that happens, it goes on the blink.
Maybe the joke is what's messing the thing
That
up.
that might be it.
Maybe old Groucho's.
Oh, Groucho.
I think it's Doge.
Well, he's cutting stuff.
Yeah,
He may be cutting Zoom's budget.
he probably is. Let's get to some pictures before we lose.
Okay, but take that black line off of us.
How careful Bill was.
Careful.
That's all three of all three of it. Okay. Ready to fly?
Yeah, but we need to back up and start over.
Oh, okay. We got all these people, I think.
I think we're
Yeah,
ready
but
to
we
go.
we started it all over. So
Oh, what's Betty Dietrich on the right?
Mary Smith.
Mary Smith, Bud Weaver,
Mhm. Craig Chapman.
and Ritter,
Joyce Ritter.
Joyce Ritter. And there's pain in the back.
there is a little bit of pain in the back. We got the little pain going on back there.
Boy, we got all five there.
Oh, we did well, didn't we?
You did.
Of course, this is the seventh time we've looked at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know those
Oh,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Robbie Middleton on the left.
Go ahead, give them all.
Linda Middleton. Kyle Fredericks, Tammy Henson, and Denny Frederick's wife. What was her name?
Mrs.
Sandy?
Frederick.
Mrs. Fredericks.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Denny was
Sandy.
Denny was the Oakland halfback or fullback. Petty was the halfback. 1965.
And a basketball player.
Basketball player, great guy. Lives in North Carolina now, I think. His dad Max ran a repair shop in Oakland.
And
That's probably I would know.
Probably.
We still don't know why this Muppet is smoking a cigarette.
Well, it was legal back then.
Mm-hmm. I think
See
Kyle
Linda
Fredericks.
Middleton there.
Kyle Fredericks.
Zoom in on Linda Middleton.
Kyle Fredericks ended up being a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, he was a great kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's Linda.
I have to tell her.
Kyle, they had the greatest kids, the Fredericks. 1976, this is probably 76, about a couple years later, we lived catty corner across the street from the Fredericks. Laura Leaflighter's dog died in the dead of winter. Ted was gone somewhere. Kyle was probably a couple years older, 8 or 9, went over and dug a grave in the frozen ground.
Seriously.
Just a great kid. They had wonderful kids.
Denny was my freshman football coach.
He was kind of a no-nonsense. He talked to Edward Jones.
So
Old homecoming parade.
this is probably 1956.
Yeah, probably so, with the Adventures of Robinson Crusoe, the movie, Gates Jewelry, and there's the Firsty Auto Supply.
Oh, Gates Jewelry. Look, there's Gaylord. Is that Gaylord?
I think so,
Is that his name?
probably. Now, on the cons or the Firsty,
Well, let's go to Firsty. Zero in on the Firsty crowd. Looks like Rosie Claire almost. No.
nope, I don't think so.
Of course, my office is right over here now, where the Strand
Hmm.
was.
What do you want?
We need to do something. Oh, you're gonna call him back.
Recognize anybody?
No, but
No.
that's a good quality photo that you can see. There's a Pat. Well, go back in. Go back in. Just where you were at. Go left a little bit. That guy with glasses on right there. I think that's Pat Shanahan.
Hmm.
Probably freshman, sophomore year. So I've called Pat Shanahan. Okay. That's my Uncle Myron and Mary Carroll's house. 3 blocks north of when the hotel burned down.
Hotel
76.
burned down,
The embers
and,
blew all
yeah.
the way down there. The fire was so bad.
blew down Main Street.
It was almost like California fire.
So that's Halloween of 76.
Yeah, I think we've had some of these pictures before. I opened up an envelope that I think I'd already done, but just a few of them are duplicates.
The roof got on fire and fire department,
Mhm.
they waited it out. Look at, that's a tough ladder there.
Is that Denny looking at the
It
camera?
looks like, yeah,
It's Denny because he has on a white hat.
Yeah, got on the chief's hat. So
Secretary ran into my room in Arcola when I was teaching and said, Tuscola's on fire.
I was up in Champaign at Searle.
Were you?
Yeah, Corps of Engineers. I heard about it on the radio.
quite a house.
Yeah, that's called an East Lake. It's a Victorian specific architectural design. East Lake is the name of that Victorian.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Oh boy,
You can name them all, Bill.
probably can. Top row right, going to the left. Dana Bishop, Chuck Grimm, Gary Cole, Wendy Warren,
Please.
Wayne Leitz, Greg Eaton, Jerry Cohen, and that's Bill Irwin,
Mhm.
I believe. You
Right.
want to do the bottom?
On the right is Eric Fromm. Right to left, John Coffey, Reinhardt,
Terry
Gary
Reinhardt,
Reinhardt, Gary Graham, and Siebens,
Alan
Siebens.
Siebens. Yep.
This is year 66. These are probably the juniors.
These are the juniors, I think, from 66.
Any sophomores in?
Class
No.
of 67.
67 class. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 67.
Well, was this photo taken in 66?
So that would have been there. No, this would have been 65.
Yeah, I've got some
If
from
they were
65.
juniors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
John Bundy in the dark suit.
There's his wife over to the side,
Hmm.
isn't it?
But other than that, I can't tell who
Marcy
they are.
says he's chatting with Bill McCarty, but that doesn't look like Bill to me.
Don't know.
I can't tell.
Marcy's pretty good. Becky Barnes Hollinsby says Helen Bundy also. And
Right.
Tim Hull says
He's
John
got-
Bundy with his hands in his pockets.
Right.
Yeah.
Already
Helen's
identified him, yeah.
He's got the darker dress with the holding a
Right.
plant.
All right.
This
Suppose-
wasn't the wit, was it?
Yes, they were the singing group for the WIC.
I think this is in the community building, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just kidding.
Oh, yeah, we're joking.
We're just having a good time. Okay, that's Harold
Harold Hackett.
Harold Hackett with the glasses. And this is over the
Almost.
right is Harlan Henderson, Dolores Henderson on the right with a looks like she's been attacked by a animal.
Harlan's the bald-headed fellow by the coat. That's
So,
Kenny. Is that Kenny Ring?
I think that's Kenny Ring.
And Mary would be there with her hands on her hip,
I would think so.
but I can't swear to it.
I don't know who Dolores is talking to.
You got all the names I have.
Well, I think he's talking to Naomi Hackett.
I don't think that's Naomi.
You don't? Okay.
Could be.
No.
No.
It looks like Wayne Meyer to me.
Well, that was my first thought, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it is. That was my first thought too.
Carol Hausman said she thought it was Wayne Meyer,
Yeah, no.
but Sue Wetzel says Mary Wetzel on the left.
That's right. Steve and Steve Wetzel's mom,
Yeah. Mary's
great gal.
great gal, worked at the library. Yeah.
Doesn't come any better.
We'll have to show that to Dan and see what he thinks.
That's
Right.
Ellery Easton.
Ellery Easton.
Yeah, and his wife next to him,
Mert.
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 And that's Ellery's mother on his left.
Latifah.
Grandma Genevieve.
Genevieve
Easton.
Easton. Yeah.
Teresa Kahn says back row center is Minnie Kahn Jolly. Sitting next to her is her husband Ray Jolly.
Well, I could tell you whose coats these belong to back here.
Mhm.
Is this from 76?
I'm not
That's
sure.
Larry Williams.
These look older to me.
That's Larry and his wife.
Phyllis
Phyllis
Travis. Phyllis Travis. Bob Travis's sister. Great couple.
Yeah.
Super people.
My goodness. Mm-hmm.
There you are next year.
Yeah. Yeah, just about.
Got a cane.
I don't know who those folks are.
I don't either, but Tim Hull says in the back, Mrs. Ron in the middle in the black dress.
Yeah. Yeah. But his glasses weigh 5 pounds.
At least. Something to do with agriculture.
I got a lot of pictures from this event.
That's a wonderful picture. But
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Sue Wessel says that's Harold and Betty Flume.
Harold.
I'll be darned. I only knew Harold later in life. He was a little skinnier.
Yeah, my new camera is getting a sharper image on these negatives.
Yeah, look at that suit. Look at the details that you can see the hops
Yeah.
weave in it.
You can see the thread count.
Yeah, that's 350.
Well, that's Geneva Easton. And I don't know if that's Ellery's dad or not.
Pam Maxey says my grandpa Arlia and grandma Genevieve Easton. Teresa Kahn says Ruth and Jesse Benner sitting in the back.
That is Jesse Benner, and Ruth Benner's my neighbor.
Ruth,
Wonderful neighbor.
Ruth Kahn.
I baled hay actually for Jesse Benner one time.
That is Leo Travis on the left. Bob Travis and Phyllis Travis's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Leo.
Eric Alexander says the middle is Otto Henningsen.
Ott.
Mm.
We knew him as Ott.
And his son's from up on the county line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the third one.
There's a cigarette in his hand. You see that?
Really?
And that looks like it's in the community building, back when you could
He's
smoke in the
smoking.
community building.
Yeah.
Call Denny. Go get him. Well, I don't think there was a ceremony opening the interstate in 76. I don't think it was there in 56. So I don't know how to look at the cars there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got a lot of pictures from this event. It must have been a big deal. They were planting a tree, and speculation was that they were celebrating the opening of the District 10 state police.
Oh, Pasoda.
And planting a tree on the other side of the overpass. And that's Janie Clark Harper says that's Pop Hettinger and Veronica Hettinger of Pasoda on the left.
So the interstate wasn't open till about 66, 67, 65. So this can't be 56, but look at the old cars. If it's
That
70,
can't be 56.
if it's 76, those cars are a little old for 76, don't you think?
Well, if you remember,
I think it's the mid 60s.
right there, just beyond that's where Wes and Roger Gould
Got hit, killed,
hit the back of a straw truck.
ran into the back of it. Wasn't good. But aren't these cars about 63, 4?
Yeah.
Joanne Connor says that's Steve, their grandson.
Steve Connor.
Thinks he's in Nashville now. Well, it'll be of his grandson, could be a different last name, but Pop Hedinger and Veronica Hedinger and Steve, their grandson.
Hmm.
Okay.
All the men wore hats.
There you are, Bill. That's Bill Englehardt.
That's actually, I think that's Sam Melton, isn't it?
It looks like Sam, but
Leon Williams says Jim Melton on the left.
That could be Jim. It's a Melton. And on the far right, that's
Ziegler.
uh
Ziegler.
no, Ron, isn't it? What's
Leon
his name?
says Jim Melton top left, Linda Ron Melton bottom left, Wilma Lewis Ron bottom right, and
Mhm.
Tim Hole says Wayne Ron top right.
Yeah,
Wayne.
I thought it was a Ron. Melton's they kind of look alike, didn't they? Mick Melton looked like one.
Yeah. Mickey was my class.
Okay, we got
Yes.
these.
There we got them all. Go ahead, Bill.
Well,
Almost.
actually, I don't have. I'm looking at these. Well, you've got Denny Dietrich and
Janine.
the missus up there, Janine on the left top, and the bottom, that's Kenny and Mary Ring. But I'm having to look at these other folks. Do you know
No.
the guy?
Johnny Huber's Dobbs says there's Elsie Bell's top right.
Frank Bellis?
Well, there's a lot of stories
That's
about
Frank Bellis. That is, I think you're right. That is Frank Bellis.
We've got some Frank Bellis
Does she
stories.
have who's down below?
No,
Frank Bellis.
There's some good stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was quite a character.
There were a lot of characters back in the
Yeah, we like characters.
50s.
Yeah. Kenny and Mary, what a great picture.
Looks like 56.
Yeah.
She's part of that great Hausman clan.
Mm.
Hmm.
They did have pumpkin pie. Who provided the cups?
I think these pictures are from October.
Oh, there's apple pie, I think, over here on the left.
Something feeds. Faultless seeds.
Oh, that's Faultless Feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna Smith says Beulah Entler on the left.
Earl Entler. Earl Entler ran the Hugo General Store.
Tim Hole says Mrs. Ron in the back in the black dress. Leroy Ron says, yep, that's my Aunt Wilma.
Leroy would know. Oh boy.
I do have some names on this one.
Where's that picture?
I don't know, is that Margot Rutledge?
Janie Clark Harper says Jody Kalbas, Kalbas, standing left and back. Nellie Kleiss, Pasodum, holding Linda Kleiss on right in front of District 10 State Police Headquarters in Pasodum.
This looks like Margot.
Yeah. That's on the left is Bruce Swihart from Pasodum, Uncle Bruce, electrician. That's a Kleiss next to him, I think. These are all Pasodum guys here. Not sure about the third one.
Janie Clark Harper says Bruce Swihart, Butch Knopfs, Joe Temple, unknown, Tom Clare, Grandpa Frank Temple, and Rich Billman.
There's old Tom Clare, worked for Marathon. His brother was Bud Clare, Melanie Hill's dad.
Vern, would that be Vern Billman's brother?
I could be. These are all Pasodum guys.
If that's Butch Knopfs, you can see a little resemblance to Bruce.
That's Bruce's dad. I played baseball in Basota for Steve Kleiss and Joe Lecker, and Bruce was on the thing, and Hartman. Think of all those German guys in Basota. Jim Henry. That's quite a tree. Get that big a crowd.
That tree is a big deal.
I wonder who's holding that shovel.
Oh, well, he's got a zero in on him, I think. Probably a politician. Zero in on the shovel holder. We should know. Can you see
That's
that?
Springer.
No, I don't. Well, that may be. Yeah, I think that's Congressman Springer to the right of the shovel
Mhm.
holder.
Mm-hmm.
And the shovel holder might be Crane from Danville. U.S. Congressman.
That is William Springer, the white-haired gentleman there in that grouping. Hmm.
A lot of
Probably
comments
Dan.
on this photo. Jim Hausman says, I believe this photo shows no on-off ramp at Pasodum. If there are all these people are inside the area of the on-ramp for I-57, across the ramp from where ISP is. To me, it looks like the photo was taken on northbound ramp looking south-southeast. Could be a celebration of opening I-57 from Pasodum to Tuscola. Flag on top of the bridge.
Go back to it again a little bit.
Back it out some.
My
Hey,
only problem is
back.
if the photos are from 56 or 76, I thought
It was before that.
I remember in 1964 during the summer, Tim Lemon and I went to the labor hall and tried to work on the interstate. They were working on it. I think the Tuscola Darkola was the last leg. And I remember in high school, I remember on a date, what are those things you stand on and rollerblade?
Yeah.
We rollerbladed down the,
Well, I know Dietrich used to do that
Yeah.
at Kahneman.
yeah. And that was 64. So skateboarding down the ramps. They were
Down the
closed.
ramp,
They were
yeah.
closed, but you could skateboard them down.
Mm.
And that was on the other side. That was coming off 45 going south on 74.
So this would be right in here. If you did that, it would
That's
be
going north to Champaign.
going north on 57.
Yeah, I wonder if this is in the mid 60s. Did you get this out of 56 or 76, David?
I have no idea.
You know what? It would have been the late 60s because I remember when Bill Atkinson was in that wreck at Tuscola.
Yeah, I'm saying this had to be 65-ish. And the cars, all the cars look like they're back in the
Yeah.
50s, late 50s, early 60s.
That is a very important tree.
Well, go up look at that tree, Bill.
Oh, it's yeah, it's an oak.
Looks like Bill Cunningham. Due
Puff?
a little bit.
This
It
one's
does.
This one's got a movie camera.
Yeah, you want to shoot the tree as it grows.
Yeah.
Then we got photographers over here. This looks like maybe a Rolleiflex. That may be a movie camera there.
Yeah, the old crank kind.
Hmm.
That
Well,
was
we gotta go
another
tree.
camera over there.
That's interesting.
And that guy with the suit and tie planted it. I'll be darned.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dug the hole and everything.
Yeah, he did. Those are the boys that dug it.
There he is. Got a little credit.
I
That
don't
looks
have any-
like, is that Ronnie Schultz on the right? I don't know.
I don't have
I
any
don't think
this one.
that's a Plymouth Fury state police car.
What is that, about a 63?
Couldn't tell.
That is Henry in the middle. That's Mr. Henry, I think. Basota people. Maybe.
Let me see what I got here.
Now, this is one of those ramps. It was,
Yeah. That's Jimmy Henry's dad, I think.
Jerry and John Stonecipher says Bill Kane, back row center, his son Don Wright in front of him, and son Dan to his left. And Chubb Connor says Fred
Johnny
Connor.
Chambers, Johnny, is that Johnny Chambers?
Well, I don't know. Says Bill Kane, back row
No, he'd
center,
be bigger than that.
his son Don Wright to the front of him, and his son Dan to his left. Chubb
That's
Connor
Bill
says
Kane.
Fred Connor back into Bill's left. I got a few names there.
Well, this is 64 or 5. Wouldn't that be about him?
I don't know.
Those are the barricades that you would go
Yeah, he
behind
was
to do your skateboarding.
14.
Yeah, we used to skateboard down those things.
Bill Kane used to give a 2-cent discount. Pay cash.
Can't do it anymore.
This is what we're talking about, those ramps.
Yeah, we used to have fun on those for about 3-4
Yeah.
months before they opened it up. Well, these are 66 photos, Bill.
Yeah, this is
65, 66.
in 68. They were still completing the Tuscola thing because that's when Bill Atkinson had that wreck out by the overpass.
Jenny Clark Harper says Jim Rouch, Rauch, Bernie Midstarfer, and Don Rouch.
Don't know.
Becky
Midstarfer.
said Bernie is her
Oh.
brother-in-law.
So
I'll tell you what, we're definitely going to take a shot of that tree. Well,
got me.
These are wild guesses. These are Pasodum girls. Might be a Claire on the right.
Kevin Connor
Looks-
says left to right, my wife's grandmother, Bernadette Rund Clare, her mom, Sharon Clare Wood, and her aunt, Rita Clare.
Rita Claire. That's Bud's wife. That's Melanie Hill's mother.
So you got that one right, Mike.
He gets extra points for that.
Look at that hat.
Oh, it is a hat. I just thought maybe her hair had turned white.
Looks like a swim
Do
hat.
girls wear scarves anymore?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, there we go.
These boys, the Rouch boys and Midstarfer,
Up to no damn good.
up to no good.
Bernie Midstarfer.
Yeah. That tree must be pretty big by now.
And what was the tree for? To dedicate the state police headquarters?
Well, may have been dedicating the opening of the ramps.
Well,
Because the headquarters, I think, is on the other side of the highway. Like
I see.
Debbie Dean Steiner says Nina Stansberry, second from left, and Ann Stevens, far right. Nancy Wade Woolner, Weullner, might be the girl in the middle.
Ann Stevens.
Don't recognize the little boy.
Johanna's mother.
Danny Matthews says he thinks it's
Jane.
Jimmy Stevens.
Jim Stevens.
Is that Jimmy?
It'd be
I'll be darned.
yeah.
I think Yoder, Jimmy Stevens.
Wow. So Jimmy dug the hole.
Yeah. Did a good job.
So what quadrant is this? Is this the southwest quadrant? Is this the northeast quadrant?
I don't know.
I'm going to call it a quadrant.
That's
All these people came from Pasodum.
that's
Oh,
a
it's-
Beatle shirt, so that kind of dates the picture.
65, 66.
Yeah.
I want to hold your hand. Love, love me do. You mean to break out in the Beatles song?
Did you sing that on your dates?
There's Congressman Springer, and that guy in the middle. Come on, that's not Stubby Peters from St. Joe, is it?
Chubb Connor says in the center is Governor Shapiro. Saripo. He says Shapiro. Shapiro.
Hero.
Shapiro. Wow.
Springer, Shapiro. Who's the other guy? Is that Crane, the black-haired guy?
He says and senator, but doesn't have the name. So
Senator would be Crane. House of Reps, William Springer. Shapiro.
it's a
Forgot
pretty
all-
big deal. They got the governor out there.
The reason we don't know Shapiro,
He didn't go to
he
prison.
didn't go to prison, didn't get indicted. They didn't catch him.
Some of the same people.
Kind of looks like mobsters. They could have buried someone out there.
They saved the dirt onto that board. They didn't want to get the dirt on the dirt.
Yeah. They don't want to ruin the dirt. Oh, there they are.
We don't have any names on this one.
That one on the far left is, go back there again. That was Springer's in the middle. What was that guy's name? Clyde he was
Oh, I don't know.
Clayball. On the far left is Clayball.
Chuck Clayball, right?
Well, I
Was it
forget his
Chuck?
first name.
Charles Clayball.
Charles Clayball. Well, you called him Chuck whenever you had lunch with him.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Looks like North Ward, and they're having some sort of festival.
Well, there's several pictures from this grouping, and I'm wondering if it's South Ward.
This is 56.
Could be South Ward.
They put those metal things over the windows because of Englehardt shooting in basketball. He broke a lot of windows.
Broke a lot of windows.
Couldn't even hit the backboard. Come on.
Janice Moody says Barb Moody on the left.
Yes, it is. Freddie and Kathy's
mother.
chaplain's mother. You want to see it, honey? Go back one, David. Becky wants to see Kathy's mother.
That would be South Ward.
Well,
I don't remember anything in North Ward like that. I didn't go to school South Ward.
but they had, when you shot baskets, they had windows covered like that.
Well, I shot a lot of
Well,
long shots.
They did, but the windows were different. And the floor, someone said in one of the pictures at South Ward, Jim had a tile floor.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Davis had a sixth grade basketball team, and I was on that, so they had to cover the windows.
Well, they would detain you and you guys would break out, so they had to cover the windows.
Mhm. True, too. Who is that teacher?
Well, 56.
66, maybe.
Oh, what year this is?
Nancy Harsh says, it doesn't say which one, but it says Beth Gillian, Julie and Nancy Gillian's mom.
Well,
Don't know.
okay.
Mrs. Moody. Now, we know that gal in the center, but I can't think of her name.
We both know the gal in the center. We don't know her name, though.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
No,
Okay.
Janice
We're ready.
Moody says Leanne Hausman Fitzgerald. And Leanne Hausman Fitzgerald says, yikes, that had to be second grade. I remember those new front teeth in my school picture too.
What
So
year would
that
that
would
be?
be the girl in the front.
She was a Fitzgerald?
Leanne Hausman.
She's a Fitzgerald now. She was a Hausman.
Leanne Hausman.
You think this is 66?
Might have a little sister.
I don't know.
Me neither.
Didn't know her.
Bud Hausman be her dad.
No names on this one.
That does look like Southport from this angle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't go
That is.
southward, but
The
had
girl
good
had a
basketball.
pretty good toss.
Yeah.
Olympics in that.
Yeah. Paper plate throwing.
Yeah. They don't have it anymore.
Yeah. That's Mrs. Dick on the
Yes.
far right.
Yes, it is.
This is
Alger.
Jim Allen's mother, second from the left.
Jenny says Louise.
June Allen.
Janice Allen's mother, my
Mhm.
class. Jim was your class.
Mm-hmm. Got two of them.
Hey, look in the comments. Jub Connor says June Allen, second from left. You had Marcy Shoemaker says Jan Smith, your mama Louise Dick, far right. Second from
Mhm.
right, Doris Dunn, maybe, according to Carol Hausman.
Looks like it. Could be.
Wow. I just saw
Karen Wynn says,
Wayne in the store the other
I
day.
don't think so. Lisa Lowe says, not Doris.
Well, it depends on the year. She graduated probably in 56,
Who?
57, Dwayne and Doris.
Yeah.
They're Chubb Connors there, maybe
Something like that.
maybe a year or two right around Chubb.
Yeah.
I know when I played golf with
Dwayne.
Dwayne and talked about how old I was, he said, I'm 10 years older,
Mm-hmm.
9 years older.
Well, he's in pretty good shape for being 9 years
He's a heck
older
of
than you.
he was a great bowler and a good golfer
Mhm.
and good shape.
Well, the little boy's probably got a name. We just can't put two and two together.
We're both saying that the little boy has a name.
Yeah.
Do we get a point for that?
Do we get a point?
Got his pant legs cuffed up.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that looks like a Brady boy, one of Joe's kids.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Don't have any names.
Oh, well. They snuck in. Huh.
We think these three women had a name also.
Yeah.
Teresa Kahn Arundel says Marjorie Kahn Bowles is on the left. And Susie Bowles Kingery says Betty Benner in the middle. And Marcy Shoemaker says Mrs. Bateman on the right.
Margaret Bateman? Possibly.
I mean,
And did she say Betty Benner or Bessie Benner?
Betty Benner.
Who was her husband? Wayne? Is that Wayne Benner's wife?
I'm not for sure. But,
Bill? It was Bill?
Bessie was Jim Benner's wife.
Mrs. Bateman was my kindergarten teacher, but I don't recognize her in this picture.
Who succeeded DeKalb? Is that
Well, that's Blaine.
no, the older guy?
Oh, Walt.
Walt Benner. Yeah. That's my dad worked with Walt. Always liked him.
Nice looking young couple. My goodness gracious. I bet you've got name on this.
I got a lot of comments on this picture.
I bet you did, and I cannot for the
Van
life of me.
Eblin says Lowell Hill family question mark Joanne, Dwight, and Jay. Chubb Connor says yes.
Lowell Hill.
And Debbie Dean Steiner tagged Lena Hill, says your beautiful family. Lena's been tagged a couple times here. We miss Lena. Used to write a column for us. Karen Hill Perkins says Uncle Lowell, Joanne, Dwight, and J.D. Chad was born in 68. So there you have it.
So you had stuff from 56, 66, and 76.
Early 70s.
I'm all over the board.
I'll tell you what, you're hard to pin down.
The young boy looks familiar on the right of his mother.
Give us the initials on the mother.
Well, let me just go through the comments here. Zuri and John Stonecipher asked Daryl Rich, is that Kirk on the right? And Daryl says yes.
Hmm.
And Bill Owie on the left.
Well, Bill, I thought maybe it was something like that.
But they don't know who the girls are.
Well, so would that be Sandy? That wasn't Sandy Rich, was
No,
it?
no.
Marcy Shoemaker asks Marlena Schaefer, is that you on the far left? And she says, sure looks like me. And Lorene J. Anderson McHugh says, I think that is me, the second on the right.
Hmm.
So a couple of names there.
Oh, yeah, there's that heating system up there.
Yep.
Radiators up in the,
Yeah,
There's
that's
Mr.
why I thought it was
That's Ted
southward.
Anderson.
Ted Anderson on the left and Mrs.
Carol McCarty.
on the right. And what year are we at now in this place? Are we in the 60s or we in the 50s here?
I think we're in the 60s. Well, let's go. Let's do this. This is an event that Kirk Rich is at.
When did he graduate?
So he graduated in the mid 70s.
So this is probably 65, 66.
Yep. Wooden backboard.
Wooden
You
back.
don't want to go in, you don't want to go in for a layup at full speed on that. You wind up eating some concrete.
Yeah.
They used to put up
Pads.
pads, but you couldn't put them over the windows, I don't think.
I don't know.
Chris McCarty says, scrolling through, I thought I saw Karen, and I think I spy little Kimmy too. Of course, you got Carol McCarty.
Yeah.
Janice Moody says, Mary Kleiss Missenheimer, question mark.
Northward gym was a lot better.
Jeff Alton says that is himself. Then he tags Michelle Lusader and my mom behind me. My dad is in the background. So the boy is Jeff Alton.
Mm-hmm. His dad works at the telephone company.
Jeff was what, class of 77 with
Somewhere in
Randy
there, maybe.
Hastings and Buck
Hausman.
Randy wasn't class of 77.
78.
Yeah, I think he was 78.
Yeah, it's that group, Buck Hausman, Mark Maxey, Jeff Foughton. Good kids.
Gail sitting down's a fortune teller.
Yeah, that's the Lone Ranger's ex-wife.
Yeah, the magic 8-ball.
She got the 8-ball.
Yeah. You've always been behind the 8-ball all your life, haven't you?
Well, close.
Now,
Andre
Bill,
said you've always been behind.
if Janice Moody is correct, you should know who the top left is.
If Janice Moody is correct, I should know who the upper left is. That's Helen Sanderson.
Yeah, that was your secretary, Bill.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes. And Debbie Deem Steiner says Helen Stewart Deem in back on right, Jennifer Deem front right. Helen was married to Max Deem, her grandfather, and Jennifer would be her half aunt.
We have friends. Are you my step friend?
We're related. No one else claims us.
You're my quarter horse.
Yeah.
That's-
By the way, Helen was, boy, what a great gal.
She was. And Sandy was a great football player back.
Yeah, captain of the
Captain
team.
of the team. Is that Stephanie Dumas?
You know what? I think it's probably pretty close to it, isn't it? Maybe not.
She graduated in what, 67 or 8?
Can't remember.
Les Hall's class. What was it? McCumber's class. Was that 68?
Did you have a Dumas in your class? No.
Well, yeah, there were 2 girls, Stephanie and yeah, I think I had one.
Do you have a name there for this?
Marcy Shoemaker asked Marlena Schaefer, is that your sister Julie Muncie in the center? And
Muncie.
Marlena says yes. Julie Muncie Buyer. Chris Townsend tags Troy Truitt and says, do you know these folks? So
What do
we
you
got
mean he
one
tagged
super-
Troy Truitt?
Hmm?
What do you mean he tagged Troy Truitt?
It's just when you post on Facebook, you put somebody's name down and tag their Facebook
Oh, okay.
profile so that it sends them a
That's
message.
right. Oh, I see. Bill and I do not do Facebook.
No.
By the way, that fellow all the way in the back, his first name was Ed.
Let me see.
Ed Otten, way in the back. That he was in that earlier picture with Jeff, was his son, I guess. That boy there, can't tell you.
Nope. Well, these are toughies.
These are real tough. Yeah, these are not for the faint of heart.
No, there's Ann. We've had her before.
And Stephen.
And Stevens. And that Mrs. Stevens over here on the right,
Yeah, Leona.
Leona.
That looks like Jan McGuire, doesn't it? Jan Rice.
Well, but
But it's not.
if this is 65 or so, she graduated in 69, I think.
Did she? Well, she grew a lot.
Debbie Deem Steiner says Nancy Wade is the girl on the right.
Okay. Johanna does the school plays, which are coming up here. Spring plays coming up.
Now, hold the phone. Nancy Woolner, who must have been Nancy Wade, says the woman on the right is Ann's mother, Leona Stevens, but that is not me on the right. I was never that tall.
Who said that? Ann?
Nancy.
Well, yeah, we didn't say that. We said Ann's over on the left.
No, I had said Debbie Deem had said Nancy Wade was the girl on the right, and Nancy Woolner, who I assume is Nancy Wade Woolner, says that is not me.
Back in the game with Rice.
Possibly. Wade's lived there across from where they lived in the house where
They're
Cunningham's lived on Niles, across from
And
Boyle's.
and that Bud Rice bought and lived in, fixed up.
He did?
He's the one that fixed that house all up.
Oh, there they go.
Okay,
Now,
there it is.
I want to tell you, this is a fine group of young men. This is class of 69.
On the right, lower down. I'll do one, you do the next. Gary
Okay.
Neal,
Mike Waters,
Gary Alexander,
Gerald Clarkson,
Tom McGuire,
Where are you?
Far left.
The Reed, or that's a
Going right to
Burns.
left, Burns. Next to last is Joe
That's
Lockhart.
Joe Lockhart. And you said this is Burns.
Well, that was yours, and this is mine, Joe Lockhart.
Okay. And then that one is, help me.
Which one are you
Is
referring
it
to?
a Wilhelm? Huh?
Oh,
Who?
first
Which
row
one?
far left. First row far left.
Okay.
We go all the way down to the far left,
Well, you did the
Back
whole front row, didn't you?
except for the last guy,
Oh, okay.
That's Rick Reeves.
Rick Reeves. You're right. Back row is Charlie Wilson.
Mark Sipe.
Goddamn Dave Brown. Dave
Ox Brown.
Ox Brown, great guy.
Yeah, he's
Last-
the best.
Last time we saw him, he was waving from a train in the
Mhm.
caboose going
Yeah.
through town. We're not sure. Who do you say this is? Burns?
That's Burns, Dr. Burns.
Dr.
Now.
Burns is, what was his
Very
name?
well known in his field. Oh man, Charlie Wilson. Now you put those three guys.
Oh yeah, you might as well lock the door and lock your kids up.
Yeah.
Were you going right to left on the back row?
Right to left, Gary Neal, Mike Waters, Gary Alexander, the superintendent's
front row.
dad. And
Yeah.
yeah, back row is Chuck Wilson, Charlie Wilson, Sipe, and Dave Brown. Two big guys.
Who's the one in the
Roy
far?
Clarkson. What's that?
Who's on the far left in the back row?
Well, there's three in the back row. How many do you have in the back row?
I just have that one we haven't identified yet.
I've got
Oh, that's Rick Reeves.
5 people in the back row.
Oh, okay, we'll do it this way then. Charlie Wilson, Sipe, Dave Brown, Tom McGuire, and Joe
That's
Lockhart.
Tom. Okay,
Joe
they're all
Lockhart.
back.
Joe
Yeah.
Lockhart.
Those three boys in the back were big boys.
Here we got, did we get Becky Kegley in this picture?
There she is.
Becky. Far right, we'll alternate these here.
Okay.
Top row right, Sharon Copeland.
Kathy Van Doren.
I don't know who that person with a bun on their head is.
Better be the apple of your eye.
Rebecca Kegley,
Becky Alexander.
Debbie Hackett, bottom row right,
Okay. Carol
Beals.
Beals.
Kit Ganeman,
Joan Weber.
Stroll.
Janet Sturl. Rita DeWinsey.
Very good.
Junior varsity cheerleaders and the varsity cheerleaders.
So that was
behind
the
it.
senior year cheerleaders.
The back row was.
I think I'm going to have my blood pressure medicine, my heart, my arrhythmia.
Bill was Van Dorn has her hair up in a bun also.
I think they were trying to look Frenchy.
Well, those
Only two seniors. The others were
No,
juniors.
No, wait a minute. There's 4 seniors.
those two
I
were
was just,
peas in the pod, weren't they?
Seeing if I was on my toes.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
slipping. You're slipping.
Oh, God.
You are slipping.
Weren't those two peas in a pod?
They were best friends. Were you
They probably
was she your best friend?
influenced-
Yeah. Becky would do whatever. No, it was the other way around. Who followed who? You both had bunectomies. Sharon Copeland was a junior. Drove a little Metropolitan.
And drove everyone in the barbershop nuts.
Oh my God. You know, I was going to jump through the windows when she came out of Gus's.
Debbie Hackett.
Selling real estate, I'm sure. Okay, we're gonna okay,
Okay.
lower right. That's Jake Lindsay,
No, it's, Laura Wright. Okay. Then Greg Obrecht,
Billy Cook.
Donnie Gibson.
Is that a Ryan?
Oh,
Oh no,
geez,
that's
no.
Stevens. Is that the other young Stevens?
No. Steve Leonard's on the far left.
Steve Leonard. We'll come back to that guy. Upper
Come back. That's Tommy Lewis.
Tommy Lewis.
That's Duke Atkinson. Larry Stroll. Don't know.
Jerry Ring.
Yeah, it's Gary Rank.
Chaplin.
Ronnie Chaplin.
Wayne Leeds.
No.
Who is that?
That's, yeah, it is Wayne. Okay. Rocky Reimer
Jimmy Kleiss.
and Jim Kleiss.
Who's this guy? This is a
Who,
Ryan. Isn't he a
yeah,
Ryan?
gosh darn no. Is that a Carson?
You know, it could be. Yeah.
Do you have all the names?
No, I got a lot of names.
This class
You
69.
got more than I had.
Well, if you do that, well, we got them all except the
One.
bottom row. The second boy from the left.
Next,
Steve Leonard's on the far left.
I think it is Carson.
Jimmy was my bitty basketball coach. One of them. Fellow cigar aficionado.
I coached about half those guys in Babe Ruth baseball once.
Wait a minute. This leads, that can't be Wayne.
That is Wayne Leeds.
Well, it's his younger brother.
I don't think so.
Well, these guys are all,
Zero in again.
Wayne Leeds was class of 67. These boys are all class of 69. So that's that youngest Leeds boy. All the Leedses looked alike. Right?
Look like Albert.
Yeah. And had that white.
Well, you say there's
Blonde
one
hair.
younger than the twins?
Yep. Yeah. God dang. Okay, you got Louis, Wayne.
Carolyn Louis.
David is the youngest one. This one, oh geez, can't think of his name. Go ahead and give me the third from the left
Oh,
up in the top row.
You had way more names than I had. I don't have it.
Just throw some names out, see if any of them.
Jimbo, Alex, Roger.
Oh, Roger
Bell.
Leeds.
Roger.
Okay, Roger Leeds.
You mean I got it?
Yeah,
Let's just throw names out.
Well, we're still missing one.
we're still missing that one. Is that all?
That's
You
it.
want to sleep?
Jamie, it only took 4 hours to do this today.
Well, we had
We're
some
now
technical
on by
problems.
lunch and supper. We're going to eat breakfast for tomorrow.
I think shutting the computer down was the trick.
You know, I never thought about rebooting the computer. It's a brand new computer, but
I kind of thought Becky fixed it.
Yeah,
Becky did come.
I think
It
that
started working once Becky came in.
Yeah.
You know, Becky won a technology award at Eastern when she was professor.
Yeah.
She works on computers in the area. Anybody has any computer problems? She's screaming. She's disclaiming. I'm trying to brag her up.
I think you're trying to get in trouble today.
Well, you know what? I'm not having any damn trouble. I'm not having any hard time doing it, am I?
I think he's already been in trouble.
Oh yeah, my middle name.
I walked in
You
the
know,
door.
I was in line the other day. You know, they called me Old Fart. My nickname high school is Old Fart. And I'm at the grocery store and I'm up there writing a check, and somebody said, "Join the modern world, Old Fart." And I said, "How did you know my name? How do you know my name?"
Yeah, it's
Hey.
getting bad. They used to call me a boomer, and now they call me an old boomer.
An old boomer.
Hey,
If you're an old boomer, what are we?
you're looking at an old boomer right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you
world's
guys,
Believe
over.
me, buddy.
Wasn't home to have kids.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just on the
46.
tail end of the boomers.
We're in 46 or 47. You're the vanguard of the boomers.
Yeah.
I was the last of the boomers.
Yeah. Well, I think Bill and I showed that no matter how old and senile we are, by God, we can recognize,
Well, we recognize a lot of them.
I'd say 98%.
Those ones we went to school with or knew. That's interesting about Roger Leeds, so.
I forgot
really
about
is.
Roger.
Louis, Wayne, Roger, David. And then Carolyn was the girl.
Carolyn was older than Louis. Carolyn was the oldest.
Yeah.
Married my cousin Jim.
I
Carolyn's the
think
mother.
you got about 99.8% of them right of the ones you knew.
Well, the ones we didn't know, we did correctly say they had a name.
Yeah.
That is Carson boy.
It is a
Okay.
Carson boy. Tell me how that is. It Bill Carson's
Yeah.
younger brother?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't know. His dad's name was Al.
Al Carson?
I didn't post these till this morning and I had a lot of comments already. I think people
Well,
like seeing these old pictures. And we thank Elite Builders this week for sponsoring our work.
isn't that nice?
Can elite builders work on computers?
Can they work on Zoom? David, now David, the audience ought to know what we go through. We've spent literally an hour and a half. I rebooted my router 3 times, rebooted my computer. I had a hotspot in there trying to get to work, and didn't know my password.
My
David
wife,
has to go on the phone, and
yeah,
we got
tried the phone audio.
David surfed the world of Zoom possibilities.
At one time, we had 3 phones on.
We had
and
3 phones on,
It was all reverberated.
and Bill and I were going, "What? What? What?"
We had a little echo, but I don't take no for an answer. So if there's a way, I will find it.
Well, you found it.
Well, Bill and I got to know a lot quicker than you.
Mhm.
You know.
My wife was entertained.
Oh,
I bet she was. Hey, Jenny, we hope you feel better.
she's sick.
Yeah, she's not feeling well. She gave a thumbs up.
What's going around? A lot of people are sick. Is it just a cold or what's going around? Do you know?
Yeah, it's just a cold, I think. Let's see if this works.
Yeah.
There it goes. I turned reactions on.
You aren't getting my gang signs.
Yeah. I don't know what all reactions I can do.
Oh,
Stick your
man.
tongue out, see what happens.
Oh, here we go. If I stick it. Let's see, I can do this.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Jiminy. That should be an introduction
Look
for
at
us.
this.
I
Baba Ram. Baba Ram.
thought it was Star Wars.
Look at this.
Oh, that's for the 4th of July.
David is king of the
Well, that's
universe.
pretty special.
That's Elon Musk's halo. Look at this. Look at this, Bill. You're missing these things.
It's funny.
Oh, David.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day balloons.
Yeah.
Now, David, could you
Yeah.
talk to Bill and I how to do this here?
And what, do what?
Could you talk Bill and I through how to do that on our computer
Yeah.
Yeah,
after spending 2 hours trying to get us turned on?
I might be able to.
What is it, an app?
Well, it's on Zoom. I don't know if you got up at the top, there's a little green icon with a little I don't know if you got that or not. Let me see.
No, it's different. I'm afraid if we hit the wrong button,
It'll
we'll never
explode.
be back.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, we're not.
Well,
Oh, that-
oh, they're seeing behind me
There you go.
now. There we go. Well, if I can, I'm trying to get it
Where's
on
that-
my. Oh, here's my computer screen.
What's the green button in?
There.
It's down at the bottom.
No. It's gonna be over here. I don't know.
I'm going to hit a green button, and if this thing leaves,
That's share.
it's been
Look,
real.
That's the share.
No, this would be
Green
at the top. You're not the green button at the bottom, the green button at the top.
Here's one. Oh, this one way up here.
Yeah.
Is that the camera though? Well, that's the camera.
It looks like a camera. Click on it. And do you see reactions?
Yeah, I can't get up to it. See, it's up there. That is. What does that do? Oh, wasn't it? Oh, now I get to it, maybe.
We've got a great picture now and sound.
I wonder why we just now got to it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you and I look halfway decent. Well, I do. I do.
You look good.
I've
Yeah.
always looked good.
You always have.
But
yeah.
you were good with the girls.
Well, you have to
What
have
was it, Cheddar?
personality. You've got to be able to talk to them.
Becky, what did Bill have that he was so good with the girls?
Nice.
Did I have that?
You're weird.
You're my wife.
What's that?
David, you're my wife, Dad.
No.
Why was Bill good with the girls? He said he was very nice. I said, didn't I have that? She said, you were really weird.
You are really weird.
I like the backdrop.
Yeah,
It looks like Walnut Point.
that is Walnut Point.
Is it?
See, how does David get
Could
this?
be.
Look at David. Look at what, hey, show Becky the,
Do that Valentine's heart
do the
thing.
Valentine thing and the,
I was impressed.
Let's see. That would be this one.
Oh,
Isn't that
That's
nice?
nice.
Yeah.
isn't that nice? There is
Wow.
Bob Aram, Chief Ramsham of the Hodo group.
spectacular. Oh,
You better not be wasting federal dollars doing this or you're gonna get cut.
Yeah. New
Well,
little features.
David, I enjoyed it.
Yes. Dave, this was a trip today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week on Remembering Tuscola.
And have a nice Valentine's Day.
Yep. Happy Valentine's Day.